Hey everybody, Claude Diamond here. Just had a great training session with one of my students. He's a really nice guy, and the prospect kept asking him for things, like could we reschedule? Could I do a meeting at another time and things like that. And he was such a nice guy, gave into everything. And when you negotiate with guts, it's kind of a combination of an art and a science. The true art, the definition of negotiation gut style, is to act as though when they ask you for something that maybe it's minor in nature, or you can negotiate a better price or a different time or a different closing or whatever you're doing, you can do it, but you don't just give it to the prospect. For instance, if they say, hey, can you give me a better price? Oh, sure, I can. I have a lot of room to negotiate and everything. You always answer a question with a question, by the way. In the guts thing, in the gut system, you negotiate from strength. You negotiate with something we call struggling. So if someone says, hey, can we change our meeting from 10 to 11? And you know that you can move that meeting to 11, no problem. And the amateur guy would or girl would say, yeah, I can move it to 11, no problem. Anything for you, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect. The gut salesperson would try to utilize something, a little bit of struggling, and also something called reciprocity. I talked about this in another video, I think a day or two ago. So if they said, could we change the meeting or could we meet at 10 o'clock? I would say, oh, wow, I am so busy. I have so many other appointments and I have to do a contract and I have a dentist appointment and everything. But on a 1 through 10, Mr. and Mrs. Prospect, how important is this to you? Um, oh, it's that. I'll tell you what. Boy, this is tough. Let me check here. If I, if I can make it at 10 o'clock, can we agree for you to bring the deposit check or fund the down payment on the deal? And can you get me back the contract at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning if I change my time? If I can make that time available for you? Boom. So when you give up something that's not important and you act like acting is such an important part. Being a thespian, not a dirty word. Acting like something is very important to you at that very moment. And so that then they feel like they owe you. And that's what reciprocity is really about. It's getting what you really want. And that's the art of negotiation. For instance, my mentor used to always say there are no bad prospects. There's only shitty salesmen. Okay. And when you give too much away to the prospect, you ever notice they keep asking, oh, can you give me this? Can you do that? And you acquiesce to all their demands, all their needs. What are they going to think about you? Oh, they're too easy. Oh, wow, I should have asked for a better price, or I should renegotiate the price and the terms. And if they know that they're going to have a fight or a struggle, or that you're a busy person and a successful person, they're going to be less reluctant to ask for things. Or if they do ask for something minor that you know you can give up, you can ask for what you really want. This happens all the time. So you always need to struggle a little bit because if you're too easygoing, I call it, are you a nice guy? Okay, and it's human nature. When you're a nice guy, they keep asking and asking and asking for more. Tell me that's not true. Okay. Hey, can we meet at 10 o'clock? No. I'm sorry. It's my grandmother's 100th birthday, and we were going to throw her a surprise. If I can move it, if I can change the date for grandma's birthday, you're definitely going to be there at 10 o'clock on time. If I'm willing to do that for you, could you do this? You definitely would be on time. Can you bring a check? Or can you bring all the parties to sign the contract if I make all these different arrangements? Because it's going to take a lot of work. Boom. That's gut selling. It's the combination. It's the science of using reciprocity. If you ever read Mr. Cialdini's book, one of his things, he talks about scarcity and social proof and authority and know, like, and trust and all the common sense things. But one of the biggies is reciprocity, getting what you really want from a negotiation rather than begging. Always answer a question with a question. If they ask you for something and you want a little bit of time, take a pause or a moment. Ooh, gee, that's a tough question. I don't know if I can do that. Let me think about that. Oh, you must have asked that for a reason. You're trying to get information. You're trying to get to the truth. You're trying to get commitment. You want to get paid or you want to get the sale done. And the best way to do it is learn these different moves. The gut sales method, great, untraditional techniques of sales. I teach people one on one. I've been doing it a long time. I can take any salesperson and work with them one on one in 30 days or less. I'll even guarantee it. Okay. I'll guarantee that if they follow my system and utilize it, they will see unbelievable success in the first 30 days. And I see this all the time with my own students. And I work with some very successful people out there, seasoned investors, newbies. I even work with a lot of your gurus out there, okay? A lot of your famous ones, because they want to make even more money. And the way you tweak the system is you use a system, you use guts, and you learn how to ask questions. You learn how to stay in control. You learn the different psychological aspects, pattern interrupts, all the different psychological triggers. You learn redirection, both positive and negative. And you learn all these different strategies. You learn the cigarette close, okay? You learn all these different things and you practice them. You will see, I have seen people double, triple their sales in a very short time period. And this is the stuff other people are not talking about or teaching. It doesn't matter how smart you are. It's good if you're smart. It's good if you have a great business or product or service. But when you communicate with people, that magic moment, can you close? Can you work smart? Can you qualify very quickly? Okay. When I used in the old days when I sold, I thought I gave $1 million presentations. And then at the very end, after spending a lot of time and money and everything else, they'd say, gee, Claude, this is great, but I'm not going to do anything for 6 months. Or, gee, Claude, I don't have the authority to make that decision. I got to talk to my significant other or my board of directors. Do you want to find that stuff out before you spend a lot of time and money? Do you want to find out in the beginning and be a gut salesperson? Or do you just want to be a gerbil in a cage, wasting a lot of time? It's really up to you. It's really what you're looking for in life. You got to work smarter than your competition, and you've got to think different. And guts negotiation is an integral part of my system. My name is Claude Diamond. I do answer my own phone. It's down here on the thing, 619-206-5960. Or go to my webpage, claudediamond.com. Schedule 15 minutes with me. You'll also get some free materials. I give a lot of free stuff, books, videos, all kinds of stuff on there. And if you have a problem, a stall, an objection, I can show you in a few minutes, 5 minutes maybe, how to fix that thing. So, like I always say, this is the missing link. This is the $1 million skill. And nobody deserves success more than you good people. Have a good day and learn how to negotiate with guts.